can't believe this is it.
I know. Well, what do you think she's thinking and feeling in that moment?
I don't know. I have too many questions.
You have questions. Well, we're gonna try to answer. Some of them we might not even be able to answer, but we'll see. Hold on, we have some people coming in. Hey, y'all. Well, we have made it. This is it. We've made it through the trenches to the season finale of Diarra from Detroit. I'm Diarra Kilpatrick, and joining me are two very fine gentlemen, Brian Terrell Clark and Shannon Wallace.
Hi.
Still in his fit from the show.
We found him, y'all. We found him.
We found him.
We found him.
He's right here.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you, Shannon, because you play such a big role, even though you're missing for most of the season. Tell me, was it hard to prepare for such a unique role?
Yes. Yes, it was. Coming in and being specific enough to be remembered and not forgotten in the times that he's not there.
Yeah.
But also broad enough to leave room for arc and development and his backstory and all of those things.
Yeah, and you're really good at rolling with the punches anyway, because when you auditioned, you came in for Swa.
Yeah, yeah.
And you started reading and we're like, I don't know if he's quite Swa, but can you read for this other role? And we gave you, what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yeah.
And you came back and you just kind of rolled with it and gave that read that you basically gave in the pilot.
Yeah, that's just the job. And that's just the way that it is. And that scene ended up, that was our date scene.
Yeah.
So when we started, that might have been my first or second day at work. We kind of jumped right into it. And I remember Tioke had given you a note.
What was the note? Do you remember?
I don't remember what he said to you, but I was like, give me something, like what? Tell me something. And he whispered, as he was leaving, he whispered over to me, he was like, keep doing the Chris thing. And I was like, that early, he had noticed a Chris thing, and I was like, okay, that's it.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Was it the mystery?
I'm gonna be the audience.
It's the mysterious, charming gentleman thing that you kind of...
He got that already, though, through the Chris thing.
Yeah.
You as a person have that.
Right, nobody knows what's going on with Shannon Wallace. Is that what you mean?
Ever.
So Deontay / Chris / Ambien has spent his entire life almost in hiding. Now he's kind of free from that. What do you think is next for him?
I personally would love for him to connect with his mom, to reconnect with his mom.
Yeah.
Like it's been 30 years.
Right.
Like why you ain't come looking for me? Actor me wants that with Miss Rashad.
Right.
Chris needs that for life.
That's what's kind of cool too. We see the you that everybody thinks you are when you show up. We see the you that everybody thinks you were in the past in terms of being snatched as a little boy. And then we see you've written him beautifully in your fantasy through the whole season.
Yeah.
Hey audience, I hate to tell y'all, when she dancing with him in the middle of the living room and laying with him in the bed, that ain't him. That's the him in your head.
Idea of him, yeah.
But this is a guy who found a bag and went on the hunt.
And went,
And did not go see his mama first.
And didn't go see his mama first. But what's interesting is they're kind of an interesting pair, because they're kind of extra. They're kind of doing the most. He could have called the police. He could have said, hey, I think I'm this person.
And he did.
He could have done a lot of things, but instead he went for vengeance.
Wait, so do two of you become like crazy vigilantes in season 2?
We pair up, we lock up.
Wait a minute, this might be a new dynamic
we fix
duo.
Detroit.
Who knows?
Because you've also only met him in this state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that things are like, some of the answers have been answered, are you even still gonna like him like that when you figure out who he really is?
We'll see. And don't we do that to people all the time, though? We have these fantasies of people, and we're like, we've been married, we've been divorced, we've been friends with their mama. We go through all these changes, and like, we haven't even gotten to a second date yet.
Yeah, it's given trauma bonding.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all both sat down, now that we know the reality, we know that you've been found, we know your backstory, right? You guys sat down for that first date, you getting like in the middle of a divorce, and you on the hunt to figure out who almost had you murdered.
Yeah.
That's how y'all meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes. I mean, I guess that's why it's so hot. In a weird
sex was
way.
good.
Yeah, that's why the sex was good.
Yeah.
Y'all both had tension to release.
Yeah, that wasn't
Hilarious.
the plan. I just needed you to be there with me, but everything that happened after, that was love.
Oh, we can get into that.
Okay.
This is the writer beat. No, you said we can put you on the spot. So my question is, writer, creator, when you wrote that first scene between you and Chris, did you have any idea in that moment that actually what that date was about when you first wrote it was potentially a decoy for him
No.
to have the conversation with Goldie?
No.
Really?
No. It wasn't until we got into the writer's room when someone asked a very smart question of like, okay, so if he's in the middle of trying to solve his kidnapping, why does he go on this date? And that was, in answering that question, was when we all figured out that, oh, it would be great if he was using her as a decoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Shouts out to writers' rooms.
Shout out to writers' room. Can we go to Morris real quick?
Sure.
No shade to Deontay, Chris, milk carton boy,
Ambien.
But you know I was always Team Swa.
You are Team Swa.
I'm very Team
Even
Swa.
after the vasectomy revelation, which is crazy.
Which is why I want to talk about
Okay.
it. Like, talk to me about his casting choice.
Yeah, 16-year-old me was like, Morris Chestnut. from day one. How about Morris Chestnut? You know, Diarra's world has come to an end. Like, when we first meet her, it's almost like the sun has stopped shining. Like, you have to feel that she's that depressed in order to go on this kind of crazy journey.
Right.
And so we really wanted someone who felt like a movie star, who felt like the sun in your world has stopped shining. And that just wasn't gonna be, you know, some randos. You know,
Right.
we really wanted it to be someone we're like, immediately.
Not a rando.
I auditioned for Swa.
Right.
Well, you would have been the rando. That's why you didn't get it.
And when he walked
Well, that's
in,
why he didn't
said,
get it.
no. Yeah.
We appreciate your audition. To all you actors out there, you just keep on going, because if it ain't for you,
Going.
maybe there's another
There's
role.
another one in there.
It's true. It's true. I said to Robbie Reed, our casting, who cast the pilot, I said, like, it should feel like a movie star, like Morris Chestnut. And she kind of was like, okay. Like, don't play with me. You know, I can do this. Okay, so it's time for us to talk about our final favorite scene of the episode.
What was it for you, bro?
It's the shootout.
It's the shootout. Come on, you gotta love a good old shootout.
Yeah.
Action.
What was it like running around with gunshots, pop, 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 all around you?
When I tell you we shot that so quick and dirty,
Really?
oh my God. Bashir literally broke a window on accident. We were like, we wish we could have added it into the show. We were shooting on a condensed time frame. So between Aaron, our fight choreographer, and America, our director, it was a really beautiful dance because we were in and out on that one.
Yeah, I would have never guessed
Doesn't
that.
feel like that. Yeah, no.
Oh man,
beautiful.
that's the biggest compliment I think of the show because
Yeah.
we shot that really quickly.
But what was your favorite?
So it was probably the bathtub scene.
I bet it was.
Of course it was.
Oh yeah, let me get in the tub with Morris Chestnut.
Of course it was.
Yeah, I was like,
It wasn't even written. She added it on the day.
Right.
What I loved about it is like sort of seeing that kind of false moment that everything was gonna be okay and that maybe you could just go back and erase the last month that had happened.
Yeah.
And you could kind of see them, like you were saying before, like almost in a before moment. It makes you want to root for them a little bit more right before we drop the vasectomy hammer.
Right. What's interesting is that they both changed so much in their time apart.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like when you see them together, maybe it's like episode 5, or you see it in the pilot where they're out together and they're just like, she's very content being his plus one, his wife, his support who laughs at his jokes. And by the time she's in that tub with him in 8, she's a different chick.
She is.
And so even though it feels familiar, their banter and their whole thing, she can't go back to being the Diarra Swa's wife from months before.
All right, D.
Yeah.
I gotta hear from the creator. What's your favorite line?
My favorite line is probably when Miss Felicia says, courage is doing shit, doubt is sitting on your ass.
When you sit on your ass, that's your story. That's who you are. Now, who are you?
I think it's so real. Like, first of all, it's the thing that empowers Diarra to sort of take the final act of this story, to see it through. And also, it's just really true. A lot of times people think courage means doing some shit without fear. And it really isn't. It's just about doing some shit.
Right.
And you can do it afraid. You can do it a little insecure. You just have to do it if that's what you believe in.
As the creator of this show, as the writer of this show, the actor who is leading this show, did you feel like you had to overcome a lot of fear to do this whole season, this whole thing?
Yeah. Here's the thing. It was hard, but it felt right. It was challenging, but it felt natural. So it was both things. Like, as I was moving through it, I definitely felt like this was what we were all supposed to be doing and that everybody that was a part of it was supposed to be a part of it. But yeah, it was hard.
But you were supposed to be doing it.
But we did it. Yeah, we did some shit.
Keep that same energy for season 2.
It's not over. We gotta do some shit again.
It ain't over yet.
Yeah.
I feel like we all displayed a lot of courage to get this done and to get this rolled out. And look at us. I feel really proud that this will forever be our story.
Oh,
We did it, and I don't regret anything amazing. I love you guys.
Yeah, no,
We
this
love
is
you
great.
too. It was a journey. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have so much more in store for y'all with these characters and this story, and we cannot wait to see you right back here for season 2. So keep a lookout.